Daniel never really planned to stay in the countryside. He came there on an indefinite break after a messy divorce. He had caught his beloved wife in the arms of his best friend. He didn't shout, didn't hit anyone, just threw his former friend out of the apartment and turned to his wife. "I'm going to the village for a month. Please collect your things from my place. Let's not make this uglier than it already is, or I'll make sure the whole city hears why." His wife, who worked at the mayor's office and was about to run for council, hissed back that she'd erase him from existence. Daniel only smiled coldly. "You don't have the guts, darling." And they both knew she really didn't. He packed quickly, handed in a resignation letter instead of a vacation request, maybe because he wanted to start over completely. And by dawn, he was already on his way to Willow Creek, the village where his grandfather once lived. Daniel had always been close to his granddad. As a kid, he spent every summer there, fishing, swimming, learning to fix things. When his grandmother passed, he still came often, until college, when life got in the way. His grandfather died shortly after Daniel's wedding. When Daniel arrived, he smiled, seeing the old neighbor Tom's place, still tidy with the lawn cut and the fence straight. Daniel wasn't surprised. He always brought Tom little gifts, a motor for his boat, a new separator, tools. This time, he had something special, a professional fishing rod. "Danny, is that you? Long time no see." Tom rushed out of his yard. They hugged tightly. "For the summer?" Tom asked. "For a month, maybe longer," Daniel replied. "Well, then we've got to celebrate. Get settled and come over tonight. I'll heat up the sauna, we'll grill something. You remember my sauna, right?" Daniel laughed. "How could I forget? That place resurrects you." Later, Martha brought Daniel some homemade food. "Here, you won't have time to cook while you're unpacking." Daniel wanted to refuse, but his stomach growled loudly, and they both laughed. Before leaving, Martha added quietly, "Thank you for the gift to Tom. You don't know how much it means to him. He hasn't been the same since the farm closed. You give him something to look forward to." That night, after the sauna and grilled fish, Daniel met someone who made his heart stop. Lena. She was young, beautiful, but carried a quiet sadness in her eyes. "That's Lena," Tom whispered. "Used to work at the dairy farm. Now she's on her own with a kid. Husband ran off to find a better life. She doesn't talk to men much. Martha helps her when she can." Daniel couldn't take his eyes off her. Something about her calm strength drew him in. Over the next few weeks, Daniel and Lena saw each other often. One evening, he asked Tom, "Hey, that abandoned building by the road, what is it?" "Oh, that? It used to be the old workshop." "Why?" "I'm thinking maybe it could be turned into a small farm. A dairy one." Tom blinked. "Are you serious?" "Yeah." "You in?" 4 years later, that idea became Willow Creek Farms, a growing business with a dairy shop, a meat workshop, and plans for a city store. Tom was Daniel's right hand, managing equipment and repairs. Everything was better than Daniel ever dreamed, except one thing: Lena. They had been together for years, but she still hadn't agreed to marry him. When he finally proposed, she said softly, "Let me think about it." He was stunned. 4 years and she needed to think? One morning, Daniel saw Lena walking quickly down the road, glancing around nervously. She wasn't going toward the farm. She was sneaking off somewhere. The old image of his ex-wife flashed before his eyes and anger burned inside him. He followed her to the abandoned barn. He yanked the door open, ready for anything. But inside, Lena was sitting on a hay bale surrounded by cats. She was laying out food for them. Lena, what is this? She turned sharply. What are you doing here? Following me? I thought, you thought, what? That I had some dark secret? Daniel felt foolish. I told everyone to stop feeding the strays. They're a health risk for the dairy. And what, you'd rather they starve? She asked quietly. He sighed. No, let's do this differently. Let's make it official. A small animal shelter. The farm can help with food. We'll find homes for them. Lena blinked in disbelief. You're serious? Why not? 2 months later, the first rescued cats found new families. Lena, now running the shelter full-time, was glowing. A month after that, she finally said yes. At their wedding, she handed Daniel a small envelope. Inside was a sonogram. That's your 40th birthday gift, she whispered. Daniel cried, hugged Lena, Tom, Martha, her son, and even the cats. And Lena thought, watching him laugh through his tears, maybe happiness really does come to those who stop waiting and start living.